Hello, good people. I hope you guys are having a great week and everything's going well for you. This is a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 4. And I am your girl, Keena. All right, so on this particular episode, the title is Big Apple Squabbles. And we start out with Marlo, and she's at a construction site. So we learned that Marlo, she's in the process of having a home built. And of course, she's gonna throw her little digs and everything. So she she talks about how long it took Sheree and also Kenya to build their homes, and those two actually meet her at the construction site, and they just go over Marlo's blueprint for her home. And one of the things that was revealed is that she wants she's already made plans to have her closet about 4 times bigger than her bedroom. So basically, her closet is going to be the bedroom, and her bedroom would be a closet. And she said she don't need that much space to sleep. So I guess she want most of her space for her things. She's supposed to be like what the high fashion designer, fashionista, I guess. So, of course, while all the ladies are there, Marlo, Kenya, and Sheree, they talk about um they talk about the trip to New York that Candy has invited all of them to. As I mentioned before, Candy, she's produced a play that's on Broadway, and she invited all the ladies up to New York. So they talk about going on the trip and everything, and they're excited about going. And of course, they asked if Kenya would see Mark, and she was like, no, she's just gonna have the au pair to take the baby to Mark, and she definitely does not plan on seeing Mark at all. But then Kenya mentions that Sheree may see Tyrone, because we know Tyrone is on probation. And however, New York is within the limits that he can travel. So hopefully they will get a chance to meet Tyrone, since they are in the vicinity that he can visit. So gotta keep our eye out for Tyrone. All right, so later we see Candy and Todd taking a walk in their neighborhood, and Candy's talking about trying to sell more tickets for the play and getting more people in the seats or whatever. And she tells Todd to invite all the guys, you know, along with them when they go on a trip with the other girls. And of course, they bring up the thing about Todd's town home that he has in New Jersey, and this is a town home that he purchased with one of his ex. However, he ended up buying the ex out, so it's his town home, where it's theirs now, him and Candy, because of course they're married. But Candy, I don't know, she wants to be all up in her feelings, saying that that's the place that he had with someone else, and she feel like it's something it's like a re-gift, which does not make any sense. But okay, I get it. It's part of y'all's storyline. Blah 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 blah. All right. So later on, we see the ladies are answering the door to some naked ass people. Well, they were not completely naked, but it's where Candy has this woman that's dressed up in, I guess you would say, dominatrix gear attire. So it's like she's pretty much nude. So anyway, she have this lady and also this man to come to the door, and it's like some dominatrix stuff or whatever. And they're delivering some of her candy, some toys from her sex line to the ladies, thanking them for coming to New York, for accepting the invitation to New York to go to her play. And she asked that they bring the gifted sex toy with them to New York or whatever. So of course, all the ladies have their little things to say about this, because it was like, what is this? What type of invitation is this? Blah blah blah. It stank to me. But okay, Candy, I got you. I see you doing different things. So that was totally different. I don't want nobody coming to my house like that. Anyway, so when they do finally get to New York, and I'm skipping over like some scenes with the lady Sandra, whatever her name, the Olympic lady, because it's a bore to me. So I'm not touching on it. I'm skipping on some parts of Drew because it's a bore to me, and I really don't believe the storyline with Drew, even though we'll touch on it more. But um, in New York, everyone goes, all the women and their men. And so in New York, they decided to do a contest for the penthouse where they're saying, and they asked for the best sex story. I am sleepy. So they asked for the best sex story, and they go around the table and they find that Kenya's story is a forced stretch, and they don't truly believe it. But since she was so creative, they just go ahead and give her the penthouse. And Kenya's story was that she was dating a guy once that liked to hunt, and they went like on a hunting trip. They drove out where some coyotes were, and they were hunting coyotes. The guy struck the coyote. However, the coyote was still moving, so they were swallowing the coyote, trying to capture it. And on their way, while trying to capture the coyote, they decided to do the do. Like, really? Out there in the mix of blood, a coyote? It just didn't make any sense. And Drew even told a far stretch one too, saying that her and her husband, they had sex in the ocean and there was whales around. And you can hear Candy say, "Well, how far did y'all go out?" And then Sheree was like, "Really, whales? Somebody when they get stuck in the sand? What beach were you at?" That was a lie. It was straight up lie. Everybody knew Drew was lying. Drew need to stop it. But anyway, Marlo won. All right, and so later we see that they all go by Todd's townhouse that's in New Jersey, the one that him and Candy's been talking about. And of course, it's an older place, but it's not in terrible condition. It just needs a few little touch-ups and everything. So of Kenya, she's the one who turns into Bob the Builder, and she's like going through everything that they can upgrade. Like they can change the stairway that they have to an elevator. They can knock down some walls, replace some windows. It's so many things that she listed, and it sounded really good. So if they were to do that type of investment and renovate the place, it would be great. And Candy, of course, she's still going on and on with her slow talking ass about talking about she's not really feeling the place because it was something that he had with his ex or whatever. Like, Candy, girl, stop it. You know you're gonna take this place, you're gonna upgrade it, and if you don't do nothing but making an Airbnb, you gonna find a way to make some money off of it. So stop tripping. But okay, it's your storyline. And also they go out on the deck, and it's such a great view. So it's like Todd, he has a great investment there, and that was one thing he spoke about, is that he wants something to, that he can have to leave to his kids. So that was pretty much it. So later on, they are at dinner, and of course this whole thing about Drew husband and the assistant that he had, I guess, that was flirting with him, this comes up again. And so Marlo basically just said that he reminds her of her husband Mark, and how Mark was always gaslighting Kenya, and that's how Ralph gaslights Drew. And they have their little spiel about that. But that was it. So that was Atlanta Housewives. That was Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 4. No real excitement, none whatsoever. However, I'm gonna continue to stay tuned in. It wasn't the worst episode I ever seen, but it was pretty calm and collect. So we'll see whatever the ladies continue to bring forth I think next week we may actually get to the actual play of Candy. Of course, they're not going to show the whole thing, but we should see the ladies going there, and maybe we'll see little snippets. It doesn't. It seems like there's going to be some type of problem with Tyrone, Sheree's boyfriend, meeting up with her. So I don't know, or maybe they're just trying to add to the suspense about Tyrone, but we will see if it's God's will for us to be here and watch this show. Thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please subscribe, and I hope everyone continues to have a great week. I'm counting down to my vacation. That's why I have these braids in my hair. So excited. I haven't cruised in over 2 years, and I'm so ready just to get out on the deck and just lay in the sun and sleep. All right. Thank you guys once again. Have a good night. Bye.